Everyone shut up.
I've got the screen record on.
Oh,
Hell yeah, brother.
that was so appropriate.
That's funny.
That was worth it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Fire department shows up.
How was that? Nice?
That was good. That was good. You got a new intro now.
Brady, I'll have him send it to you again. Efop, send Brady the link again, please.
Hey. Eve, I leave over. Eight. K. B. Brown. Chicken.
Nice. Smoky.
Smoky.
What's up, everybody?
Goodness.
What up?
How's everybody doing?
You got to be out of tire by now.
Yeah.
Right.
No more of that for a long time. Hey, Brady, how are you?
Hey, y'all.
Man,
Barney.
Here?
Make her big. Make her big.
you're making us look good up here today. Thank you.
There we go.
We
Is
needed
that
some
better,
freshness and some
Efop?
space. Didn't know you was going to be put on the blast like that, huh?
I need to get
Too bad. You're a good smiler.
Put you on blast so that.
is mine echoing?
How you been?
Oh,
Oh, she disappeared.
you're in there.
Why am I in there?
I don't know.
Aww.
What happened? She was hitting
Boo.
buttons, I think.
It's okay.
Come back, Rainy. Come
I
back.
was hitting them too.
She's learning.
What?
There
Good to
she
see her.
is.
There she is.
When do I look smaller than y'all are?
Back.
There
I
she
think I'm
is.
causing it.
Bad signal.
Hold on a second. Let me put the background noise. Let me just check something. Hold on. Sorry, my bad. How's that,
You'll
Brady?
have us all straight in no time.
Is that better?
I mean, I still hear an echo, but I don't know if you are hearing it. Oh,
We're not hearing it.
Nope.
okay.
It's in your head.
Okay, good.
I turned the background
with her
noise
like that.
on, so that's what it was.
Hey, Brown Chicken. Evil Rick. Hey. Oh, there we are.
What's up,
Man of the
Evil Rick?
hour. Greetings.
How are you?
I see you, Sterling.
What's up, Frost?
Will.
Sterling, how are you?
So a couple people have messaged me like on my private message or whatever. I haven't been able to get back to nobody. I've been on the go since coffee.
Yeah, I
coffee.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see
I
that.
my daughter kept me busy. Bless
Yeah.
her heart, and she decided she wanted to. I didn't know it was going to be a bodysuit.
yeah.
It was huge. It took 3 pieces of paper.
Bodysuit.
Yeah, it took 3 pieces of paper to make a stencil with.
That's
So-
great.
I was
20
watching. I was watching you. I thought it was her arm
Thank you.
until she moved to. And I'm like, oh,
I know, right?
It was hard to tell what part of the leg she was.
We went up
doing.
above the knee. I go, there's the bicep, big and long. There was nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, everybody
wow.
thought it was an arm.
I know. She's got long legs.
Yeah.
It looks great.
I commented she needs to eat more.
Yeah.
She needs to eat a sandwich.
She's looking good. She's right. She's not too skinny. She ain't too, whatever. She's just
Yeah.
right. That's I'm partial. I might be partial. I don't know, but she
Yeah.
is. I wouldn't lie about that.
Oh.
And take good care of her. So that's good. I don't get many weekdays with her and stuff. She got kids. Full house,
Yeah.
things to do, and a job, a full-time job, and married, and so to have that time with her was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, cherish it. And she's always so grateful.
Yeah.
What's up, brown chicken?
What's up, brown chicken? 2-4. Hey, 2-4.
What's up,
2-4.
Froggy?
What's up?
Rob B, Frogzilla, Sterling Will.
I always smell Frog.
Hey,
Frog.
and she's back.
Yeah, I
I
put
think
some
it was
headphones
Echo.
in.
I'm proud of that cup.
All right.
Who you got with you today there, Key Fob? What's her
Privy
name?
until
That's great, Sterling.
Privy, the grand puppy.
Priv.
They're all so sweet and lovable. I've never seen you hit a.
He just goes limp, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What's up, Rod? How are you,
Monkey
man?
see, monkey do.
That's funny. Monkey see, monkey do is right.
Sorry. Oh, he's an open opportunity for a joke.
Yeah, that was a good jab. I like that jab. I feel you, Sterling, man.
That's pretty fast.
What did he say? I know, man. Dude.
Feeling burned out, man. Feeling burned out.
Well, you see Mama down there. You don't want to look at her. You mad at her?
You mad at me, Privs? I'll be home soon.
Things will
It's always
get
pulling
good.
for you, Sterling. You know that.
Things will get gooder. Somehow.
Yes.
Some days are gooder. Some days are not so gooder.
Not so gooder.
Mm.
Hey, Gloria, how are you?
Hey, mythical rider,
I'm so far
Miss-
behind.
Miss Lolly.
You're fired.
I am fired. I fired myself a long time ago.
How you gonna get fired from a non-paying job?
I know.
He said earlier he was going to get Moto's logo tattooed on his forehead.
Who said that?
Sick. I don't think he said forehead. I just suggested forehead.
Oh, it's
Yeah, we
funny.
are like that,
They were like, who's the first person that's gonna get who's gonna get moto tattooed on him? Like, I'll
Jeez.
volunteer.
You got way better logos though with the dead man. That's some of the most incredible artwork. Just look at what you got in your backdrop. Like, who can
Yeah.
beat that? Nobody. That's
Everyone is
fucking
too
beautiful.
small. I can't do the wide one.
What, to show the background?
I don't want to be big.
I think it says full media, the last one.
Is it?
Oh wow.
There you go.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
Lo-
anymore.
yeah, Lolly. I can't wait to get it.
What's up, 2-4?
See what it tastes like. I'm gonna hide it, eat it all for myself.
I know, right? Brown chicken? Seems like it. And then I was on last night for almost 3 hours? 2.5, 3
Mhm.
hours? I could not shut up. I wanted to get off like an hour before I did. But when you got people there, it's like, why hang up on them,
Hey, Brandy, baby,
Huh.
you're causing some
Yeah.
kind of audio loop.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
somebody's got audio some issue or something.
Might
Yeah,
be
you
my-
Just get
Try
it fixed.
unplugging-
Don't
yeah,
leave,
try
hang out.
unplugging-
It's okay. We all
Try
go through those.
unplugging the headphones and see if that works better.
That would be better.
I think that No,
Those are
no. Wait. I don't think it did. Did it? Yeah, it did. Did it fix it? I think it did fix it.
okay.
I don't hear the distortion no more.
I know those headphones I have are pretty crappy.
Yeah, I think you had a bad signal.
Or yeah, the signal will go in and out. We're up here in the mountain.
That could be.
If it gets too bad, I can jump off.
What's up, Wheel Burner?
It seems a lot better already, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I adjusted some of her settings too.
Well, you did good, man. You're a good
Yeah.
adjuster.
I'm trying to adjust.
How you doing, Wheel Burner?
That's why she's not at home. She's trying to adjust her settings.
That's it. Fine too.
What's up, Wally? How are you?
Somebody $100 to get his logo tatted on them.
What?
Yeah, Keyfob always has a dog.
Or 2, 3,
Or 10.
or 10.
Or 10. I'm never going to get caught up.
No.
Everyone stop type.
Everybody stop talking.
I know we got. It's like you want to browse and read most all the comments when you're going through, and make sure you don't miss nothing. And
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're checking in, Rod. I'm glad to hear from you.
Well, I don't think anybody get butt hurt if you miss them.
Yeah.
I thought somebody else was live too, just a little while ago.
John, retired rider, got me a new motorcycle.
Really? Is
Yeah,
that
look like the one you got?
a second one?
Yeah,
Okay.
Street Bob or something. I can't tell what. Is that me?
No, I don't know.
Wow.
Why am I hearing myself?
It's
Are you
probably
hearing
mine.
echo?
Okay. Look, we have a group meeting soon anyway, and dinner will be here. So I love brothers and sisters, all of you.
Love you,
And
Brandon.
Bye, Brandy. We love you too.
Bye, y'all.
Glad you're doing good, hon.
Stay beautiful.
15 days sober and clean.
That's great. That's awesome.
Bye.
Miracles,
Yeah.
man. It's good stuff.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Yeah, proud of her, man.
Yeah, I think it was the signal because
And people don't even attempt it, knowing
Yeah.
they need some help, and it's just great.
yeah.
Good to hear.
Ray is the beautiful one now. Sterling, put your glasses on, Sterling.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Can we put these up, or I think maybe. Wow.
Maybe there's still an echo. Oh yeah, there's still that was probably before. Not anymore. Yeah, choppy mic. I mean she could have had the YouTube open at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
because I was here.
Yeah, I forgot to ask that question.
Yeah, because I was hearing myself too.
I think it's just her signal out there. She hasn't really done any kind of video calls with me since she's been out there. So it's probably just signal.
Yeah. She didn't have nothing on around her, so I don't know. Just
Yeah.
phone was not good. Some phones, I don't know.
It was just
knows?
probably glitchy. That's all. Because that's what it sounded like. It sounded like it was glitchy. Sterling's watching by Braille.
He's what?
Watching by Braille.
Oh, by Braille. Yeah.
That's great.
You still got a sense of humor, man.
Yeah, man.
That's a
Always.
good.
Yes, sirree, Bob. Uncle Fooey.
Yeah, buddy.
I wondered if I should make the ramen. I think I already had a ramen today. Did I have a ramen today? Maybe that was yesterday. I should probably space them out a little bit, especially if I'm putting the MSG in them. Well, that's sodium.
Low the sodium.
These are pretty good for you, they say.
Yeah.
No guesses on that. I showing it off earlier. A green smoothie.
Oh, that's what this.
Very good. I heard you go like you're like yeah. Oh.
Oh, neighbor, how'd
Oh.
you send me the
You
info?
wilted.
I gotta
know where to look. I got too many places to look. I can't keep track.
I got a bread chicken breast tomorrow and fry them in oil. I got a bunch to make. I defrosted. It sounds delicious, actually, right now. By the way,
Yeah, big
I could
moto
make
event.
now. I
Remember you
could make
saying
them
that.
now, but you know, my hands are going to be a mess. I'm going to be touching stuff. And I deal with egg and breadcrumbs and oil and stove and no, I'll do that later if anything. It's a lot. Just saying.
When will you and Wheelburner get to meet up? You're not far away from each other. I drove an hour to go watch him.
Mm-hmm.
Not go watch him. Go meet him. I didn't just watch. I shook hands.
I'll be creepy, Moto.
I know, right?
Drove an hour just so I could watch them.
Woo!
The hotel room
outside his
It
truck,
was worth the drive.
looks murder resistant.
crawling around with all the lot lizards.
What's up,
howdy,
Barney?
bro.
How are you, man? What's going on, bro?
Thanks for coming by the
Memorial Day weekend is coming up.
other live too. Maybe visiting
Day weekend.
us a
Yeah.
lot. Thank you. Motorcycle gear store, kind of like a small version of Revzilla, that's opening on Sunday, which they never do, to put on a special sale for us local riders. They don't
Nice.
do openings on Sundays? Is that all, or just in general? Some places you close out on. So remember when stores were never really open on Sunday?
Right.
Definitely
Yep.
couldn't buy alcohol on Sunday. I know on certain. Maybe is that like that still in a lot of places?
And
No, we can buy alcohol here on Sundays after 12 o'clock. Beer.
Even hard liquor.
yep.
Wow.
It's got to be afternoon though.
Used to be just beer and 3.2% in Minnesota. I remember that growing up, and that was all you could get. Like, well, no problem. Well,
When I
have
lived in Jersey, they had the Bergen County Blue Laws, they called them, and that was everything shut. You could only sell certain things on Sunday.
Yeah. Now back in my day, you always went to the bootleggers, paid $1 a can for the cheapest beer they can buy.
yeah, well, that ain't real bad though. Well, what year was that?
No, back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Wow, Moto.
Hey, old Mac, how are
What?
you?
No, it's serious because like a dollar wouldn't be bad today, but back then that's probably more expensive.
Yeah,
A
I
whole
think
buck
you could
for-
buy. I think you could buy a 12-pack back then for like $5, but they sold them on Sundays.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't buy enough if you didn't buy enough on Saturday to do your Sunday, which most people drink it on Saturday night,
Yeah. You
then they had to go to. But
Yeah.
you know, I know the guy that we went to sold the Bush beer. You know, back then you could buy a 12-pack for like $5.
Yeah,
And they sold it $1 a beer.
yeah.
In 1967, you could buy a 6-pack of Heidelberg beer for 58 cents.
Oh my God.
And Coors beer would cost you 75 for a 6-pack, 75 cents for a 6-pack.
Cures.
That was in '67.
Some places, Coors wasn't even allowed, right? Like,
No, it wasn't allowed in Washington. You had to go to Idaho to buy it. But over there, it would cost you 75 cents for a
Mhm.
6-pack.
Wow.
that was the whole motivation, I think, behind Smokey and the Bandit. Y'all remember that, you know, and
Yeah.
we're bootlegging big truckloads of beer because that was a big thing. Everybody wanted to have Coors. I remember having a Coors belt buckle as a kid in school, you know, because
Yep.
it was a cool
Yeah.
thing to have.
Hey,
Coors.
Evil Rick. Sterling Wheel.
And then when I got to Hawaii, I mean Denver, Colorado, doing my school for military, they told me, I don't know if all this is true, but you had the sewer plant was just right upstream from the Coors plant, and
Holy
that's
crap.
how that worked out. Well, you
Yeah.
know, I'm sure they cleaned their poo good, but that poo
Yeah.
beer, it's like, this is what we wanted.
Yeah, 2-4 said a 36-pack of Coors Light is $71.40.
That's
What?
ridiculous. Canadian.
Yeah, but it can't be that much more than what, like, what's that, like maybe 50 or something here?
I wouldn't even want to ask 2-4 what a case of a carton of cigarettes cost up there.
Oh.
I'm glad I don't
I
do
don't
the
think
Coors.
they have all that.
Chilled. Oh, yeah.
Tax.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why they had to do it fast because of the no preservatives or something like that. They didn't.
Had to be
Yeah.
chilled in transit or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all the stuff from the treatment plant.
Last time I went to
Upstream.
NASCAR over at Talladega, a can of Coors cost you $6 a can. That was back 5 or 6 years ago.
Shit, I think like $12 now.
Oh my, I'm sure. Oh,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Western Canada.
30-pack is $19 for PBR.
Two Wheel Sunday.
That's what the old man drinks.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yep, I buy 2 30-packs a week.
Hmm.
And 2 rows of dip.
Wow. That's a lot of beer.
Yeah,
That would last me a month.
it'll last me the rest of my life because I don't drink.
Yeah, I mean, it would last me more than a month. I wouldn't drink a beer a day. That would be like me becoming an alcoholic, me drinking a beer a day. You know what I'm saying?
I got too much I like to do in life that, because I tell you, nowadays I'm scared to drink and drive.
Yeah.
And I like to ride the bike too much every day.
106 Canadian for 24 cans of Coors Light and 12 bottles of Corona. A regular king-size carton of cigarettes. 136 in Alberta. Wow. Damn. 2 30-packs a week. Wow, yeah.
Yep.
That's a lot more than
Oh, I remember her saying that.
a beer or two a day.
Nice.
I couldn't drink that in a week. I'd be white girl wasted if I drank that in a week. I'd be finger painting in the corner. Yeah.
Who
Exactly, Sterling. That
Yeah.
would be Mr. Salty.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me all right?
Who dat?
Look
Can
at
you hear me all
that.
right?
What?
Hey, sound good.
You hear? I don't hear nothing. What?
It's just my laptop mic, no special camera, no nothing. So,
How you doing?
You're special though.
yeah, I try to be.
You are.
I keep getting these links. I figure I better click on one once in a while so you guys don't forget about me.
Yeah. You know you don't want us
That's
catching an attitude.
I just figured I'd throw it out there. Like I'm not gonna ask him I'm not gonna ask him. I'll just send it to him.
That's all
Right.
we can do.
And
Yeah,
then
watch
this way
out.
he has the option.
Too.
So I'm going to be semi back to normal again soon. It appears that I'm going to have my cell phone back from the mess possibly tomorrow. So they've been telling me for about a week because the problem I'm having is my phone still works, but it's
Okay.
in the fire. So I've tried to do an insurance claim on it. And it was 1 month old when it got caught in the fire.
Yeah.
And they want $1,000 to replace it because it still works. And I'm done buying phones. I've just become cheap. So I've gone phoneless since like Easter.
Mercy.
Will they let you get it?
Yeah, we're able to get in tomorrow to get everything.
That's great.
So I've
Some things you need, man. Like you need to get some
that-
stuff.
you know what? It's crazy because we depend on our phones to remember things for us a lot. Okay, like a lot of it took me a long and so never use your cell phone for your recovery password phone.
Yeah.
Because if you lose it, you cannot get the phone number.
No. Nope.
So it's yeah.
I had a big reality check when I was in jail and I got out and I couldn't get a hold of anything. I didn't have anybody's number. I had no information. I didn't have shit.
Yeah.
I didn't have prescriptions. I didn't have meds. I didn't have anything.
But the community, you guys have been great. I want to thank everybody for helping me out, checking on me, things like that. It's been awesome. You guys really helped me through some pretty hard times. Following my stroke, recover from that, then having that fire. Can't say a whole lot about the fire, so I just can't really talk about that much.
Yeah. You deleted videos too, didn't you?
They're gone.
They're gone, yeah. Good.
Yeah, they're gone. There's no videos. Well, there is videos, but they're gone.
They're gone.
And you didn't delete them. They got deleted for you?
No, they're...
Oh.
They never existed.
They've never existed. Exactly, yes.
What are you talking about? I got it.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, there's a couple little clips and stuff out there, but none of the other stuff. I like I said, I can't talk about it a lot because
we'll quit talking about it then.
Yeah, no, they've told me I can't say a lot more about it, but there's stuff that the news knows about that's out there. The news has put out, so that stuff I can openly talk about, but the other stuff I can't really say much about. So
yeah.
But I mean, this community has been great. Sick checking on me, all you guys checking on me. I appreciate it. Everybody in this live chat. Frog's been good. Everybody. I mean, I can't thank everybody enough. So I finally figured I'd jump on. I've been busy. You know, I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff going. I don't want to spend a bunch of tickets at the time, but it's very humbling the way that you guys take care of everybody. It's nice the way that you check on everybody. I appreciate that. Yeah. And it's great. It's like I said, you guys help through a lot of stuff, checking on everybody the way you guys do it. I think it's great. So
absolutely. We were just
I'm good
I
too.
Well, I chose to take a break. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and I come first on those things. My family comes first on everything. My YouTube, all my social media stuff, that stuff can all kick rocks. I don't care. I mean, it's not that I don't care about you guys, but
we get that.
My family comes before everything else.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Having a 3-year-old granddaughter that can't understand why she doesn't have all her toys.
I know it.
Wants a toy that she don't have anymore.
First thing I was thinking about that night, and all the responsibility you had.
I can't tell you how many toys that I've overpaid for over eBay and stuff to replace that she used to have. Some of them were my stuff, and things like that, family stuff that we've searched for to just replace for them.
She'll love you forever for that stuff. She'll never
fire
forget
department, I can tell you one very nice story about the whole thing. So during the fire was very active after about 2.5 hours, and there was flames coming through the roof. Black smoke started to roll out of my daughter's apartment bedroom window. He started to get pretty upset, obviously. Who is that?
I can't do much about it. It's a train going by.
Okay, yeah. So they the smoke was rolling out of her apartment. She's very upset. My daughter is my daughter, but she's my stepdaughter. She lost her dad at a very young age. And the only picture that she had of her actual father was hanging on the wall right inside the window where the smoke was rolling out.
Wow.
And it was the anniversary of her father's death.
Aye.
And I walked up to the fire marshal and I said, hey, I don't want anybody to put their life at risk, but here's the situation. He said nothing. Walked away. At first, he just walked away. And I was like, well, they're busy. I didn't take it as rude. It's a fire. There's things going on. I didn't take it as rude. The chief came out with gear on, went up the ladder of the ladder truck, climbed through the window of the apartment that was on fire, grabbed the picture, wiped the picture off, and brought the picture out to my daughter.
Wow, man.
So, and that's stuff that doesn't like. I was like, man, you have to. The last person you expect to do it's the chief, But
Yeah.
I didn't want nobody else put it in the apartment complex. Floor had already caved in, so they didn't want to. He didn't want to put anybody's life at risk. But he also seen the importance of that picture. So I thought that was awesome. So
Yeah, man, that's great.
Yeah.
Glad they
Killer
did
story.
that for you. That's commendable.
yeah, and like I missed out on coming to see Sick because of it. I was coming down there for the bike show and stuff, and life changing events happen.
Yeah.
I have been in fire situations on the other side of a fire, where I'm fighting against it, or when I was in the military and things like that. I've never been in the fire situation of it, and it's a very tragic and life-changing event.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think anybody that hasn't been through it would ever understand that circumstance of it. But I can tell you that in the same token, I know what I'm doing in a fire.
Yeah.
And before that, I knew what I was doing in a fire, and I did everything wrong, 100% wrong. I woke up, heard the sirens, heard the smoke, or smelled the smoke when I stood up. Smelled the smoke even more when I stood up. But I figured out I should probably figure out what's going on. I grabbed the front door of the apartment and opened it up. At the moment that I did that, I felt all the cold air out of the apartment suck past me.
Yep.
And all the smoke that I was smelling was gone. Before I could close the door and knew what I did, I created a backdraft.
Yeah.
And every bit of smoke and heat was coming through that door at me. And
You
I
can know,
knew-
but you never practice that stuff every day. You got to practice that stuff every day to make that like a second nature.
Well,
Your second nature was, what the hell's going on?
yeah, what I should have done is gone to the window and gone out and waited for them to come get me. They were there. I met them coming up the steps with fire hoses. So they were coming up fully geared up with fire hoses when I was going out. But instantly I turned around, ran out, grabbed my granddaughter, grabbed a towel out of the bathroom on the way by, got it wet, and wrapped her up in a wet towel and ran out with nothing. I had no shoes on. I had one sock and a pair of pajama pants, no shirt, and it was like 60 degrees, but by the time you're wet and cold, it gets cold quick. When the sun goes down and your
Freezing.
adrenaline drops, you get cold quick. So, but
Yeah.
I had no keys, no nothing, no car keys. Everybody's like, why don't you get in the car and get warm? Yeah. Well,
Right.
yeah, right. That's a good idea. There's
Yeah.
18 families standing out there thinking the same thing, and one person had keys.
Yeah.
And they were nice enough. They started their car, and we all cycled out of their little teeny car, going in and out.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but that was that experience. And how's everybody else been? I mean, I don't want to tie up everybody's time.
Oh no.
We
ain't seen
good.
you
We
forever.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
You take all the time you want.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, I was gonna do a live and talk about. I haven't even talked about it at all. It's the first time,
Yeah.
other than my family and friends and things like that. But I miss being in the community, miss being a part of it, miss doing my lives. My lives are going to take a change for a little bit, probably for the next 90 days or so. I'm going to start them back up, but I have a current build that has to be done in 90 days. So I'm going to start doing some coverage in my Chopper Talk of that build. So I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that, but there's some pretty exciting stuff coming for the channel that I haven't put out there yet. I've got some good ideas.
You heard it here first.
I've got some strong collaborations coming in on it. So I've got the plan planned out. Some of the builders have started already. I have not. I'm in the planning phase, and I have changed my plan like twice, and I've got some stuff on order, and I'm getting ready. I put a short video out. I rolled up the donor bike that I'm going to tear apart to use parts off from, but that might have changed last night. So
yeah,
I don't know. I've got some different things coming on that. So, but I'm not going to do a bunch of interviews probably till winter time. They're easier for everybody than the bike.
Yeah.
Do them. I got quite a few lined up still that I never even got to do. That I talked to every single one of them people that I was going to do. They checked to see how I'm doing, see if I'm going to start doing it again. And the community, that stuff, everybody seems to like the community and the way that things go. So,
yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
well, I hear the fire in your voice about it anyway, so it's got to be a good thing.
yeah. I'm excited to start ripping it off. This is it. I got the plans that I have on there. It's going to be a good one. I mean,
Good.
I think all my builds are semi good. It's kind of just a hobby thing. But like I've said every time, the win for me is the being a hobby builder, but going into invitation shows like the Cycle Showcase, the Detroit Antique Motorcycle Show, being invited to Orange County Choppers Invitational Builders Show. I thought that one was huge. I'm very sorry I couldn't make it. And then now being chosen to be, I was invited to the Donnie Smith Show, but now I've been chosen to be part of the Garage Builder Show, and I'm really excited about that in North Carolina. So
That's cool.
it's where if anybody hasn't kind of followed around any of the posts I did, that's the original biker build off Sacred Grounds at Salisbury, North Carolina at the Smokeout Rally where Billy Lane and Rob Burdett started the first builder bike off.
Yeah.
So
That was like 20 something years ago.
yeah. Yep, 20, I think it was 27 years ago.
Yeah.
2004, I think, when I was looking at it. So, and I'm
when Billy Lane and Indian Larry did the collaboration.
Yeah, there's been some very respectable people. Rick Fairless, I don't know if anybody knows who he is. He's a very respectable painter. Out of Strokers Dallas, he's a great guy.
Strokers Dallas, yeah.
Russell from Evolution Cycles does some amazing stuff. He's building right now for the Born Free show. His build's just amazing. If you get bored and you want to look at things, look at Evolution Cycles builds, and especially the Born Free show that he's doing. He hasn't changed one bit. He's clean. Everything he does is good. So, and yes, I see Frog's question too. My eyesight is deplenishing still, but I'm fighting through it. I've got quirks and things that I work through. My eyesight is one thing that's not getting better. If anything, it's getting worse. I have a follow-up appointment coming up for that. I'm learning to MIG and TIG, and I can MIG, TIG, weld, all that stuff again. MIG's a little bit easier, but the TIG, where I got to get my foot going and everything at the same time, it's a little bit of a struggle, but I'll figure it out. My left hearing's never came back, so it's never going to. It's my right hearing's there. Yeah, I'm sorry, I said Evolution Cycles, but it's not Evolution. But that's a great builder too. It's or is it? What is it? Exile cycles. Exile cycles.
Exile. Okay.
I
Exile.
remember Exile was an old builder too, man.
Old school builder. Russell's a crazy dude and builds some crazy stuff. I'll be honest. Chopper guys are on a different level.
How do you spell exile?
EXILE.
LE.
Yes,
That's simple. That was something.
Chopper guys are on a different level. I mean, all my friends that do it,
he did a build back when Billy Lane and Indian Larry did one too.
He was part of the bike. He was part of the biker build off.
Yep.
You recognize any of those?
Yeah, scroll up towards the top. So that's his page right there. I don't know if he does a lot of stuff on YouTube. Most of his stuff's on Instagram, but that is his page right there.
Yeah.
That circle is him.
Yeah.
But that looks older. That's none of his new stuff. That is one of his bikes down there, but those aren't like his videos. I don't think he does a lot of.
That's pretty badass there.
Yeah.
Fat
So that is the fat tires. That is one of his builds.
Yeah.
That's not your normal, like, for me, like chopper,
No.
I guess I'm still like thinking 70s. You know?
I mean, and I'll tell you, one of the other guys that I met through my show doing the community thing, from Hippie's Chopper Corner. He does some great stuff. He puts out great footage on choppers. Built some old school stuff. Just a little garage builder guy too. So, but yeah, I've enjoyed everything with the community and everything. So, yeah, that's the old school fat choppers right there.
Oh wow! Get big old pipes on it too, man. They look extra big around, like in diameter. Are they, or is that just a shielding?
Oh yeah, no, they're big. They're big like that.
Look,
just like
I don't look shielded.
Yeah.
Ooh, snow, huh? Hell yeah!
Snow, eh?
Oh, hard corn. Gotta love it. Living life right there.
Hell yeah.
Having that killer
Good to
time.
see Mac back with some internet again. So Mac's back on.
Yeah, you're doing good tonight, Mac. I know you snuck in. I didn't even see it till I heard your voice, and I was like, "Oh, Mac's here."
Yeah, Ray's over there. Looks like he's doing good.
Yeah, I'm here.
Everybody doing good. Pretty good, at least, you know.
It's glad to hear you again, Salty.
Everybody's starting to find
man.
more.
Dang, this is still going on. That's cool. You're riding around in his showroom or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like on Instagram, his new stuff's like wild. This stuff that he's putting out now. Even his older stuff. Like I'm a huge history guy. I probably spent 2 weeks on just the research and development part of my build right now, which is unusual for me. I'm usually just ripping right into it, but I actually did a little bit of research and development. So
Does that say Exiler?
Yeah.
Exile? No, Exile.
Exile.
That's his. I guess that's his
Yeah.
representative bike or whatever.
Yep. So,
Good looking.
Yeah,
That's
man.
actually a really good video to watch with the sound on and listen to him talk about everything. And
Well, yeah. I'm sure we can do it too.
I'll take it out for a rip. This thing will burn rubber all the way up the street in the first 3 gears. Probably putting down at least 100, somewhere about 100. My seat of the pants dyno tells me this thing's putting down about 100 horsepower, and it's basically brand new. It's got no miles on it. The guy that built it originally, it's a 2-owner bike. The second owner had it more of a display piece in his home, and he had a bagger that was his daily rider. But if you're looking for a bike to take down a Daytona and stand out in the crowd, if you're thinking of buying an Exile and you are sitting on the fence because you're not sure you want to spend 60 grand on a new one, or you don't want to buy the $35,000 used one they have on their channel, you might want to buy this bike if you buy it. You can buy this bike in kit form.
you could buy the bike.
Do many people buy other people's choppers, or I don't know? Is that a thing?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds
Yeah.
of thousands of dollars.
Say most people build choppers, build them for themselves, or not really? Is that not true?
When they are built for people, they are built for people for very, very good prices by the bigger builders that do it.
Yeah.
Good tax write-off.
I mean, I will tell you that our thing right now is our budget for this build is $10,000,
Wow.
and
Nothing.
I don't know
So-
if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. That's the 90 days is hard, but the $10,000 is harder.
Yeah.
So
Diamonds.
it's that's kind of like been my worry the whole time is the money part of it. So
Yeah, that's not a lot of money to work with.
200's no miles. That's wild. Yeah, that is.
yeah.
And no miles, yeah.
So yeah, so $10,000 a cheap build.
It's a cheap build, yeah.
Econo.
I mean, by the time you figure you'll have half of that into fit and finish paint and things like that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of play in there
Nope.
at all. What's up,
No.
Dr. Breed?
No, but it'll be good. It'll be my first time to smoke out. It's been on my bucket list, so it's kind of their way of making me go. Also, it's a way of making me get to one of the places I wanted to go. I thought about backing out a couple different times with everything going on. Everybody, my dad, my family, everybody's like, no, let's do it. So I'm going to collaborate with my dad a little bit on it too. So
That's cool.
which is going to be, so we're going to have second, third, and second. No, it'll be, wait, my dad's third. It'll be third, fourth, second, third, and fourth generation working on it. So obviously my grandpa can't do anything, but my dad's got a few of my grandpa's old chopper parts and pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's something I never really thought of. I mean, I'm sure it's kind of common sense, but like say like that back in the day, people got them custom to.
Oh, sorry.
That's
My bad.
custom to the buyer's liking. Like there's
Yeah.
two types of different builders. Go ahead and
Yeah.
two types of different builders. Then I guess you would have ones like, hey, I want you to build me one. Are you that guy? You know, or am I buying one because this is something your dream that you built and I'm going to have one of yours because you got this name or maybe just like your thing. So that's two different types of builders, or is it?
that's the thing. They have to if you build a custom motorcycle, somebody's got to like it first off.
Yeah, that would
You
help.
also- not only the fact that they have to like the same exact thing that you picked. Every part that you picked to put on that, somebody has to like.
Yeah.
They have to like the color.
And isn't there people like say Desired say like you've been doing this, you're like
Yes.
Billy or whoever it
Yeah.
is. They go, well, we want that because we know his rep doesn't care what I'm buying
Yeah.
it because that was his.
Yep. Or
art.
or they give you insight when you're building it. That happens with builders too. They give you some insight. But if you build one like the ones that I build for myself here as a hobby, they appeal to our eyes. But if they appeal to somebody else's eyes, really it doesn't matter because I always have the intention of selling one when I build it to fund the next one. But unfortunately, nobody lets me sell them. And it's an unfortunate thing that my wife gets attached to them, and it's unfortunate that my kids and everybody in the family gets attached to them.
Yeah.
So they just sit. I've got one that's been sitting for 10 years.
Wow.
And so
That's a good family.
yeah,
You know what makes you happy and that you're happy when that you're doing some good stuff that
yeah. It's fun. It's a hobby. It's an expensive hobby. I don't recommend it. I definitely don't recommend it. It's work. It's fun work. I enjoy it. I've been out here for 2 hours this is my first official day back in the shop, actually just kind of really coordinating things besides doing a little bit of work on a gas tank, trying to figure out if it worked or not. And I did a little bit of that, just some small stuff, but this is the official day that I kind of started to get it in order to jump into my build.
Yeah.
So,
How much time you got, Salty?
hold on. I have 104 days and 30 104 days, 13 hours, and 40 minutes.
Set it up
before
on a
the-
magic erase board there or something. Tell you. Hell
a
yeah.
little, so a little
Yeah, you
over
gotta
3
check.
months.
Oh, you got the
Oh,
that's
boy,
really
oh,
cool.
boy.
Hell yeah. Magic erase board my ass.
My ass.
I got this.
There's on the wipe away board right there. There's also
looks fun,
there's
yeah.
also a budget written on there that like how far we got left in money wise and everything like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
And
wow.
what
those
I'm
things
planning
help.
to do. So
That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah, it's my kids having fun with it too. So like I said, we've gone back and forth and figured out a lot of stuff and collaborating between 3 different generations on what they think is going to look good is had some very interesting discussions on how this thing is the road that we've gone down.
Yeah.
That's a little funny right there, Diamonds.
The last chopper that my dad built was a 1971. I forgot what it wasn't.
I would love 71.
It was obviously a shovel head, but it was a 71 wide glide or something. Well, I think it was a wide glide or I forget what they call them in that generation of them, but it was equivalent to like a wide glide or something like that. So, and before that, there was some fan head. There's been some fan heads and some knuckles. Unfortunately, none of that stuff's still around here. I wish it was. We did journey down that rabbit hole of doing a build like that, which may still be coming in the very near future. But it's expensive to buy a panhead right now or a knucklehead, especially if you try to find an original one. So, but
Well, that was a nice quick motorcycle show.
yeah, all right.
Overview. It's exciting. It's like, damn.
I took a break. I had a lot to say. I'm sorry.
No, I like that, dude.
That's great. That's awesome, man.
Glad we got some content to talk about.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Raised the bar for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No.
Yeah. There
Giving
is.
away some of your stuff, that you'd have on
Yeah.
your own show. Normally, you're here, sharing. So
You guys kind of lucked out because I'm really not gonna have time for it. So you guys kind of get a little bit of the first
I
release
know.
time as part of the community. So
we got salty time.
Yeah.
Yep, and, my shop's a mess. My hands are dirty. I didn't even come out here to really work. I came out here to clean. But
Yeah.
my wife's bike is buried. She wants to ride, so I have to move.
stuff.
I have to move 6 bikes to get her bike out, and then move 6 bikes back in. So her bike, somehow her bike was the first bike in. I don't understand that.
Huh?
So it's tough to push out. It's just a big bike. So
Yeah.
Glad you're busy, Salty. That's great.
yeah. And plus, I've been busy at work. I've been back to work. I went back early because I couldn't take it anymore. And I couldn't take sitting around anymore, and I needed to live my life and continue to heal, and I need to generate money.
Yeah, it was probably the best medicine.
I have expensive habits like building choppers, and my accountant was telling me that my account was starting to hurt a little bit. So.
Yeah.
But I'm back. I'm released from everything on the doctors. I still have vision doctors. Obviously, I have neurology appointments. I'll probably have those the rest of my life. But everything's been followed and taken care of from there.
That's great. That's good.
So,
Good news.
I got more I can share if everybody's got time for it. But I have, I can say one thing about May. It's like Mental Health Awareness Month. Things like that. And it's better to be positive about things than dwell in the bad things and try to find the positivity in it. Because if you stick in the bad stuff, and I've been through some bad stuff, I'm not trying to doom and gloom my own stuff, but over the last 6 months or so, I've had some pretty big stuff and life changing events happen and everything. And weird thing that happened is I've been sober for 20 some years. And I've lived a hard life, probably some of what contributed to where I'm at now, health wise, from the choices I made and things like that. But one thing that happened in my stroke, which they still is very odd, is every day of my recovery is day one again.
Yeah.
Every single day that I wake up after 20 years and finally beating that, I had a stroke and I came back to every day is day one.
Yeah.
So
Gratitude.
I have a huge community in that and help with that. And it doesn't bother me to talk about it because I've talked to a lot of people about it.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird thing. And they said it's like your computer. Like if you have computer problems and you reset to the last known good file, my brain just picked that as a good file. So, but I quit chewing. A year before my stroke, I quit chewing.
Yeah.
I chew gum nonstop, morning, night, everything, so I don't start chewing again because it's still like every bit of addiction is right there.
Yeah.
One. And
The miracles having that
I'm like, will this ever get better? You know what I mean? Will this is this something
to use that stuff to have that taken away is
yeah
the great miracle, and you're sick and tired of
and
cults and stuff. That's where you got to get. I don't know. That's where like some of my things I had to get to, and then I was like, that was a joy to get rid of.
Once you get rid of it,
that stuff.
once I can, in my own attestment, I can probably speak for a lot of people that have dealt with addiction or mental health problems. Once you get through what you thought was normal, and once you get past all that struggle, and you get past the thought of it, and past the drive to have that, and you start actually finding out what a normal life is, you don't want to look back.
Yeah, you ain't missing a thing.
It becomes a fear. It becomes a fear to go back to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
I just celebrated a year quitting smoking cigarettes, and I thought I'd never stop smoking. I thought I would smoke cigarettes till the day I died, and the reason why I quit smoking was because I thought I was dying.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I was coughing, I was throwing muscles
And
out.
to think you're dying till the day you die, that's no fun.
Well, yeah,
So now you don't have that.
Exactly, and it was such a crush.
Yeah, I
But,
mean, it's tough. I mean,
but not even around the corner on the 16th was a year. So up like a week before my year, I kept on getting these mad urges. I don't know why. They were out of nowhere, but they were like hour-long urges. I'm like, just go get a cigarette. Go get a cigarette. I'm like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Why is this happening now? And it was like every day. And then it finally, after the year came and went, it was like it went away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, that was weird. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It still comes. I still get them. But it's not like that persistent week before. It was like every day for an hour, every day for an hour. And I'd be like, what is that? Why? Like that bad? Like it wasn't that bad since I started,
So, yeah, because I chewed tobacco right up before I quit. But I chewed tobacco from the time I was 17 years old till the time I was 49 years old.
Wow. Yeah.
And I chewed Copenhagen.
A long time.
I was sponsored by Copenhagen for a few years. And I chewed 2-3 cans a day sometimes. And I decided one morning, I woke up and I was sick of that having to find my can and chew to get up in the morning and cooperate. And I was like, I beat other things. I'm just going to quit chewing. And I quit. And I quit for an hour. And then I was back at it. Well, the next day I was like, I quit yesterday for an hour. Today I'm going to quit for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's how you gotta look at it sometimes, man.
Yeah, and I lived it for 2 hours, and I'm competitive with myself, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna lose.
Yeah.
And after I did it 2 hours, I'm like, I made it 2 hours. I'm out of bed. Once I get moving, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Buy a quick shoe.
Thank you, Brown Chicken, by the way. I appreciate that.
Yep. See you later, Quick Shoe.
So long, quick.
See,
One of
buddy.
the-
But yeah,
Real
like,
burner.
I would have to be like, just give it 15 more minutes. It'll go away.
Yeah.
I promise. And I'll be like, I gave it 15 minutes. It didn't go away. I was like, give it another 15 minutes. And I'll be having this battle inside my head, like talking to myself practically. And just
Wheel Burner made a real good thing back here. One of the comments, he said he wouldn't change his best day then for his worst day now, and that's 30 years clean, and that's
Yes.
the way it is once you get there.
Yeah.
You think you're in a bad spot and things are worse, but once you get clean, that stuff's different, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
huge.
It doesn't have control over you anymore. It doesn't dictate your life anymore. Like,
That's a funny thing and that's a very true statement. But when you look at it that way, I'm a very controlling person. I like to have control of everything. I'm that kind of, when I'm doing something, I have to control these bills. I have to control every step of it. I have to control everything. But I wouldn't control my own life. I would let something else control my life,
And
and
that's
whether I can cooperate or not. And
Makes you mad when you
when people look
see
back,
that.
it pisses me off now because I look back and I'm like, I'm in control. I'm in control.
It's robbing your wallet.
suck
and
all
your
that
health
money
and-
away. That's like flushing all that money down the toilet.
The money, the money that I had in 1 week of using, I could have bought a Harley, but I chose to do that
$5 more.
versus have a Harley, and I could have had 50, 60 Harleys sitting in the shed right now versus 14, 15. So,
Yeah. Sometimes that's how it goes down, Wheel Burner.
And I just think it's just so much money I wasted all those years, 35 years of smoking cigarettes, all that expense and all that dedicated money and allotment of money every month, every week, or every day. And to what? To kill myself? You gotta be kidding me, bro.
Insanity.
I still do need a sponsor, but my sponsor now is for a different addiction. I need a sponsor to help fund my motorcycle addiction.
Yeah.
I need somebody like Harley to start giving me money or somebody now, so I can.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And I watch Brian's stuff on Wheel Burner. I watch his show quite a bit. I like it. I like the reality, the trueness of it. He's a straight shooter. He gives it to you the way that it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. I like the real stuff. I like the truth of it. It's if I want to watch TV or watch something like that, I can watch a show on TV or something from Hollywood. I like the reality of it.
Yeah, the reality is the best.
Yeah.
But it's unfiltered and raw. That's the best way to be.
That's why I like the live shop time when I do it. Not always the best, and there's not always good footage, but sometimes there's things that fly.
Yeah.
Not always intentionally. I've had wrenches. I had a video where there's a wrench that got thrown, and I didn't actually throw it. It just got hit, and it flew.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually pretty patient as much as I can be. My grandkids pop in and out of the shed on me quite often now. So my having fifth generation right there with me doing it. Patience is a virtue that I found because I try to be calm and things with them, and it's just one of those things that I enjoy that time.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It's great.
That's exactly it. I'm on Wheel Burner's side where he didn't get clean because of money. I could afford what I was doing. I couldn't afford to live what I was doing, but I could live. I could afford it. So and that's a dangerous place to be in.
Yeah, it makes it justifiable in your brain that you don't have that much trouble with it because you can still pay your bills. You can do this.
Yeah.
Function. You're a
I
functional
wasn't
crazy,
begging for it. I wasn't homeless.
functional
Yeah.
crazy man. You know, that was the illusion. Like that's even a bigger lie than having to be out in the street and in the alley or stuff. You know what I'm saying? That visual that we normally would get of somebody who has
Right.
trouble or a problem.
Yeah.
A $500 or $1,000 a night habit that doesn't bother you can get pretty dangerous pretty quick.
Self-enabler.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't ask me how I know.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's always the same circle.
Funny, there's so many people that are ashamed of it, that are afraid to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if it was part of your life,
It's victory, though.
you weren't ashamed when you were doing it. You don't think anybody knew it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I was.
now you can
That's
talk
what
about
tore
it.
me up, I think, like, was the shame and the guilt and knowing I was doing what I wasn't supposed to be doing, you know, and I got other responsibilities and family and jobs, and you're losing all that stuff. And you know what I mean? Like, that was.
But if you talk about it, you can help somebody else.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had a use and a purpose, and it made you like, then you started living with gratitude, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it's just there, and there's so many.
You don't know what you don't know. You just live that life for so long in that way. It's kind of normal, and
It's so much worse now too, because all the pharmaceutical stuff that we didn't have that issue. We had we had our own issues, but we didn't have them issues that the doctor were giving
Those issues. Yeah.
I remember you said don't comment on that thing after you posted. We was talking about that, and I was teasing with you about. Oh, I'm gonna go comment on it anyway. But yeah, she sold her.
Oh, yeah.
Sold her moped. She had somebody she was helping out, I think, and they didn't fulfill their obligation on getting their license or something like that. But
was that the deal? She didn't end up getting her license.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. I know she will.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, someone does that.
Yeah, I said lack of gratitude.
You know, if someone does
well,
that for you,
she tried.
you know, at least put the effort into getting your license. If someone's going to be willing to help you like that, you know.
I always had a pocket full of cash. Wasn't until I make an honest living did I ever struggle with money. Isn't that something? I
Good evening, Keith.
make way less now than I did when I was, but I'm way happier now than I in
I
a
can
lot of ways
honestly,
than I ever was. So
I can honestly say that I would give up every motorcycle that I have, and I would live on the streets before I ever chose to use again.
Yeah, I did not do well when I was shoveling cocaine up my nose.
No.
I was an asshole. I mean, I'm an asshole now, but I was a different asshole. You know, I was like a real like dick bag asshole, like scumbag asshole, like don't pay the mortgage asshole, like let's be homeless asshole, like let's not pay anything asshole. Let's just keep shoveling.
Asia. How you doing, Asia?
You ain't an asshole, sick. You're a pretty good guy.
You know,
Just a whole ass.
yeah, whole ass.
We're a whole ass here. Yeah, no, I know you didn't say about talking about Angel. I was talking about you said don't make a comment on your photo on your page.
So-
That was all.
Did,
We'll
did
talk
Mac
about it.
get brought into modern times? And does Mac have internet? I know he's got a microphone now.
Yeah.
Said that a
It
while.
worked. Can you hear me?
You got
Can
any other
anybody hear
toys?
me?
Go
Nobody
with
can
that
hear me.
microphone, Mac.
He's almost
Any other
got.
toys?
He's
I'll
almost
do
got
hand.
fiber
I'll
optic.
talk hand signs.
And hit your
He's gonna
clapper or
have
something.
fiber optic in like 3 weeks.
Clap on, clap
Mac?
off.
I was thinking about you guys were all talking about these addiction things. I have had all my life 2 addictions. I've worked, I struggled with them, and sex was one of them, and eating food is the other. I just can't hardly wean myself off either one.
That's me too, Mac. Me too.
Which one's, yeah.
I'm counting on age curing all of that, but it hasn't happened yet.
If you had to give up one, which would it be?
I can't get my wife to let me get a sponsor for the sex part of it either, though.
Nah.
Well, I think combining the
Sponsor me
two
on this.
at my
Taking
age,
me through it.
when you combine both of them together, sex and eating at the same time, it don't get no better than that.
Well,
Yeah.
Katie's in the business watching those
Looking
folks, and they told her, if you walk in and the two old people over there are fooling around, turn around and walk out, because that's the last cent you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. No regrets, man.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Had plenty of those.
That's not one bad. The only bad thing is videos in my
Oh,
shop.
man.
The lights, because the lights are like super bright in here. So
Yeah.
We all got our character defects. But that honesty can be looked at as being an asshole, but when you're being honest, some
Right.
people will label you a butthole
Right.
because you're being honest.
Hey,
Yeah.
Keith,
You're that asshole, right?
Definitely a character, and I'm definitely a
He's an outlaw.
hey, MotoBaum, while watching you today do the tattoo, did you get to see the pictures I sent you of your tattoo you done for your daughter today and the tattoo you did for Key Fob? Did you didn't get to see it? It's a song I created for you.
I saw that you did one and it said something about whatever it was. What was it? A Kraken. It said Kraken something. And
Kraken
I was
is
telling my
loose.
daughter, oh man, you're lucky. And I never got back to it. And it's on YouTube, right?
Yeah. But anyhow,
yeah,
it kind
oh,
of
yeah.
it inspired me to watch you do that, and because I know you just finished with Key Fob and his mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
There it is. 3 hours.
There's my notification. I had really had no time. And so I got up this morning. Yeah.
Sugar.
And then made it here. And oh, yeah.
Yeah, an epic battle.
It's an epic
The
battle.
Kraken takes on the magic mushroom.
Let's see if I'm hooked up to the Manocaster here. Maybe we can hear it.
A few regrets. Salute, Desert Outlaw.
What do I do?
Desert Outlaw.
Man, we ain't seen him in a long time.
I know it. Somebody said he got a new boyfriend.
You got great humor, man.
Oh,
There's
just joke.
There's
Just
too
joke.
much great humor in this crew.
Yeah.
I sent you a link, Outlaw.
Yeah, Outlaw. Come on.
I seen Ray met some people from up in the like New York area. He met Rhodey and stuff like that, didn't you?
Yeah, Rhodey and Black Phoenix Entertainment hung out with them in Burroughs Point from Alabama.
Nice.
It was me, Blue Bike and Doyle,
Wow.
T-Bone, Chestnut Mountain Tin Man, Rhodey, Black Entertainment, and well, good time.
Really?
You're the fastest and best artist ever. How you put that together so quick? That's
If it's in your head, if it's in your head and you can
You can-
describe it, you
it'll-
can make it.
come up with. Yeah,
What program do you use?
I could never.
I use Suno, but in
Yeah.
the music creator, but they have a artist position in Chat GPT that you can go in and create your picture from out of your mind. You tell it exactly what you want in the picture, and it will give you a picture. It gives you 4 to choose from, and you keep improving until you get one that pleases you.
Yeah.
They take
Yeah.
they take pictures out of my mind and put them on the computer. God,
You have
that
to
is
take
scary.
your mouth. You have to describe it with your mouth from out of your mind onto the screen.
What you think you're seeing? Yeah.
Yeah, just type it on the keyboard.
Listen, was it here? See if you can hear it. It's got good sound too. Like it's
Then I
not
made a
cheap
song
and
to go with
cheesy.
it.
The voices in my head can never decide what to
You
draw.
can feel that. Sounds good in here. It's a deep.
Kraken swims where the currents flow. A magic mushroom with a neon sheen said, "Welcome, friend, to the strangest scene."
It's awesome. That's all your handwritten stuff too. Like
Yeah, I wrote the song to go with the picture.
Mhm. Well, we'll
It's got you, and it names people, you, the
Yep.
artist, and even names Key Fob. And in
anybody
fact,
want?
Key Fob sharpened the axe so the mushroom would have a chance against the Kraken.
Yeah. Well, definitely we'll check it out. If y'all want to check it out, I'll put it back up and let it play through. But
It's on YouTube.
it's 6. Yeah. It's on your channel then. Because I dug this out of the mail. I'm just playing this right out of the mail. You get personal mail. Love it. Thank you, Mac. Man, I just told my daughter about it, which she said, man, I hope you get to know. He said, well, I got to get on those lives a little bit with you and visit a little more. She comes on every now and then, but it's been a while. So
You get somebody to buy them a free drink.
Yeah.
Beach Cougar.
Beach Cougar.
My two sisters,
Oh,
they loved it. I guess we froze up. Somebody-
you did
Yeah.
for a minute. You froze up for a
I guess
minute.
we was froze up.
You
I
still
didn't even-
froze.
I'm still frozen.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, something's going on because your lips moved. Then you hear your voice.
Might just be a little laggy delay. Don't sweat it. But
No, he's messing with us.
he's
now.
messing with you. You're doing
Yeah.
like watching Kung Fu theater.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing. You know, and
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like them old early Japanese movies we used to watch, you know.
Yeah.
They'd sub in the English voice. If I get bad, let me know. I hate that. I cannot stand to be all digitized.
Oh, I know. That's bothered you from day one.
Well, you look good on your own screen, but you know what I do? I pick my phone up when I'm in doubt and I check myself.
Well,
But usually you guys will let me know.
But we don't do that because then you get off and take off. You don't come back.
See, now I don't know if he froze up or he's messing with us again.
No, I'm not messing with nobody.
Yeah, no, you're a little blurry then. Yeah.
Okay.
It's coming in and out though. Don't let
Is
it
it mine or is it my
No,
service? Is it
I
Matt's?
think it's Mac.
Okay.
You're a little blurry too, Sick, but you're staying in there. You're staying in the pocket.
Yeah. I could turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone.
Salty looking great. Just on his
Yep.
phone. Bare bones. Doing awesome.
Blurry
Ray's
lights.
doing good tonight.
Yeah.
How am I doing?
There goes Mac.
Ah, Max said to hell with it. Battery got cut off.
I think he got cut because he froze up for a little while.
I got an email. Hold on. We'll be right back. Give me a second.
Max is throwing up some real hits. I know for real. I just went and listened to yours this morning, 2-4, the one he did about the 12 pack and the. I don't know why he refers beer and you, like puts those two things together, but for some reason he does. That don't bother you, do it. The name 2-4, not something like for types of packages that contain or beer or whatever. 2-4.
Who left?
Anybody?
Oh, Mac. Mac dropped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he lost. Yeah.
A 2x4. That's what it is. Something like that.
2x4.
My shop's not cleaning itself. It's depressing.
It's what you refer to like 6-packs or cases or something like that, I thought. That little Mac, I sent her one of the song that you made. I was keeping the second song to share with her later on. Better yet, you can send it to her. Mac ain't here, damn it.
Yeah. Salty.
We'll tell him.
Yeah. Salty, I'm the only one in my garage. And I ain't never seen nobody can make a mess. I mean, I worked on a car, get it done, back it out. It take me 2 days to clean
I
shop
know,
up.
right?
I'm the same way. Now, I like a clean shop, but for some reason, when and I'm clean, like I'll pick my stuff up.
Yeah.
I'll turn around when I'm done, and there's a huge mess. And
Yeah.
But
Well-
nobody picks it up. It got there, but nobody picks it up.
Yeah, because I got air conditioning, but if I got like 3 or 4 cars to work on in a day, there's no sense in turning it on because every time I open up the door, it all goes out by the time I get the car out and another car in. But if I got like a car that's going to be in there for a couple of days, I can turn the air on and I'm fine. But on a summer day, at the end of the day, I'm so tired. I just shut the garage down and you know, but always every morning before I get started, I always got to go around and clean my shop up because I always want to start with a clean shop.
And I do that at the shop too, at work, and I have the guys do it. You know, you pick up before you get started. And I might have tools on my tool cart from 15 cars piled up, but and I might have 10 millimeter wrenches and 15 sockets sitting there because I'll be sick of digging through it, but I'll go to the toolbox and grab another one.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Can't never have enough 10 millimeters.
Oh, and I do it a lot. Like my wife's like, "Why do you have so many of the same tool?" I'm like, "Because once I get it out, I don't use it again. I got to go get another one."
Yeah. I got a 10 millimeter on my open end on my keychain.
Yeah, that's a real joke, and like you don't even realize how real that is until you
don't have it.
You can't.
You brought it to
Everybody jokes about 10 millimeter. 8 millimeter is a lot. 8 millimeter and 7 millimeter are even worse.
Yeah.
Really?
7 millimeters is like a 1/4 inch timing wrench. If you need to find that thing.
Yeah.
So I had to set a distributor and points and adjust a carburetor on a car the other day. It took me 20 minutes to find my adjustment tools to do the job. And then I get it done. And the guy's like, "You didn't even use a 12 meter." And I'm like, "All right." So I went and got the 12 meter and I put it on, and that thing was right on, like 100. I'm like, I don't need a 12 meter.
Yeah.
So,
well, we use a book of matches you stick to back in the day.
I've always been, yes, you do use a 12 meter to set it. But if it's set right and you're not, a 12 meter works better for diagnosing a problem than it does for setting something.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's just so many things, like so many tools that we have, even that you don't use, that you used 10 years ago.
Yeah. I tell you what I like is when somebody comes in. Well, can't you put the computer on it and tell me what's wrong with it?
The computer tells you a code.
Yeah. Computer, you know, if you ain't got check engine light on, computer's useless.
Oh, my favorite thing is that they said it's the O2 sensor.
They said they said
it's always the O2. It's always the O2 sensor.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the one that comes in. AutoZone said I had a code PO 420 O2 sensor. I said, dude, that's a cat.
I had a customer today that brought in a set of spark plugs, a full set of ignition coils, and a set of spark plug boots because they had a misfire. It was a fuel injector.
Yep.
Fuel injector.
Yeah.
And they sold them all these parts, and I'm like, they brought them to me to have them installed. And I don't like to install people's parts at all, anyways. But
I don't either. I like the ones that bring you stuff from eBay. I'll tell them, I don't want to install that, but I'm going to tell you, I'll do it. No warranty. If you don't make it out of the driveway, you're going to pay me to do it again.
Yeah.
You're better to go to pull it off a used car than buy it off from eBay and put it on your car.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the Amazon junk, man.
I hate Amazon. I hate that. What's that one that everybody buys on? Car part. It's a car part website for people buying.
Oh man, auto.com or
Yeah, all those. I hate every single one of them.
yeah.
Everybody says, "Oh yeah, I can buy the part cheaper there." Well, one thing: wait till you have a problem with it, and you got to get your money back.
Yep.
They don't cover any liability.
Yep.
Good lady.
So all that stuff. There's so much.
Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna lie. If I've got to fix my own car, I might get something off of one of them websites. But
Yeah. But I want to tell you what, Katie a couple months ago told me, I just want you to just quit. I'm tired of you bitching about getting bad parts. I mean, even all the junk you're buying now.
it's all junk. You can't
Yeah.
buy. You can't buy a good part. You can't. And I'm not saying that it's anybody's like. I buy. I would say I buy 99% of my parts from Napa. That used to be a really good thing all the time.
Used to be.
Yep.
I can buy bad parts right from the dealership.
Yeah.
And it happens. It's
Yeah.
the quality was bad before COVID, but since COVID, the QA, the quality assurance on everything is crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prime
Yeah.
example of that is go look at motorhomes, travel trailers, anything after 2021. Don't buy it. Don't,
Nope.
What's up,
don't buy it.
Thomas?
I
Yeah.
got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A newer one?
Law.
Look who made an appearance. Desert Outlaw.
Yeah.
Law. Where you been hiding, buddy?
Everywhere. Mainly work. But mainly work. No, yeah.
In
What's
plain
everybody
sight.
been up to?
That's
How you
good,
doing,
man.
man?
Gotta
Good to
work.
see ya.
Good
This
to
was
see
a
ya.
link that was shared by Angel, I guess. I don't know what it is for, but
What the hell's Kijiji?
just letting you know we put it up.
I think she
That
said
looks like, what's his name?
she's selling.
Ryan,
That's,
whatever is that channel.
that's her bike she's selling, I think. I think she's listing her bike or something.
There, maybe that.
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Man.
Hey, brown chicken.
Yeah. That's great, Angel Face. What made you list that one? Just chose one to rotate out? Or you just don't use it enough?
No. I tell my wife where I would one of my bikes.
XLR 650, I bought from my, oh.
That last image, I always thought Harley trunks were ugly, and then that last image, it kind of made me rethink about that.
Big old Stanley crate.
Yeah. Oh, it's not yours? Or it is yours and you don't ride it?
Well, I tell you one thing, Salty. Harley went up on the brakes. I had to go buy some brake pads for front of my Road King. $80 a set.
Yep.
160. I told man, y'all. Then I can buy a premium pad that's not Harley, like for $50.
Yeah.
Harley's parts are high price for the quality that they are, I guess is the best. The quality's gone down and the price has gone up of Harley parts.
Yeah.
For real. Like it's obvious.
They buy the cheapest supplier for their part, put
Yep.
their name on it, and charge the most amount of money for it.
Yep.
That's crazy, dude.
See you later, wheel burner.
That's cool. Too big for you? Okay.
Well, it's like it ain't gonna be too much longer. I'm gonna have to replace the cam chain tensioner on my Road King, which is an M8. And I don't know why they couldn't have done that sooner. One tensioner, you don't have to pull the cam plate off like you do a V twin. But they want $165 for a tensioner and a gasket.
Wow.
Have you priced the belt?
So long, wheel burner.
I replaced the belt on Eleanor about 2 years ago. The belt was like $130 back then.
200 and like almost $300. I think it's actually ends up being $300 after tax.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with the aftermarket belt.
I'm in the debate right now of putting a belt on again or putting a chain on after I broke it. I break it every season almost at one point or another, and it's a power thing, obvious, but
yeah.
But I don't know if I want it. All my choppers have chains on them, and it is nice to ride the thing, and I've almost thought about detuning it just a little bit more to get some more reliability out of it. I mean, it's a twin cam and it runs, but twin cams are great bikes. But when you hop those twin cams up, the reliability became shovelheadish.
Yeah,
and it eats starters. It does all that stuff. It does all the fun twin cam stuff.
I mean, I hopped mine up, but I only went up to a 97.
Yeah, a friend of mine just bought. Our dealership built a 24 Road Glide with a 131, and he bought it. It still had the belt on it. I told him, why didn't y'all put a chain on it? You know, the first thing I do is going to snap that belt.
Yeah.
Yep.
They always convert them, don't they? Convert them after a certain cubic inch or something.
Should.
Yep.
You should, but a lot of them don't.
I don't know, man. That getting hit with that belt at that RPM would just destroy the back of your.
It goes out the back of the bike. It goes every time I've done it. I've never had it not come out right out the back of the bike.
Yeah, it goes right out. Yeah,
it shoots right out the back. You don't. In fact,
just the way it turns.
Every time. 1, 2, 3.
It never hits you. It hits you in the leg or nothing.
No.
This is the 6th time I broke my belt.
Okay.
Not necessarily on the same bike, but this is the 6th time that I broke a belt.
No, it got
6 times I've thought my clutch went out.
Wow.
6 times I've thought my clutch went out.
Like nothing. Nobody home.
Yep.
Wow.
Because you don't know, it's gone. It's still there. Like it doesn't shoot it all the way out. It breaks it and it just hangs there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when I went to shift the other day. There was no shifter there. Like what happened? It fell off, but there's a linkage that broke. The stock linkage on them forward controls of Harley Davidson aren't too hot.
James.
I hit a pothole on my Springer, and when I looked down, the handlebars were not attached to the handlebars.
Wow.
Oh.
Like the next
risers.
Yeah, the risers. The caps were broke off the risers.
Wow.
Oh.
And I'm watching the risers still sit there, but they're moving, and I'm trying to get over to the side of the road. So
yeah. Well, Eleanor, the belt didn't break; it just stripped all the teeth off the darn belt.
That's another problem. Yep.
Yeah.
My Ultra, it's got a problem where it keeps stripping all the tread off the tire. I can't figure it out. Like,
yeah. Okay.
It all piles up on the rear fender.
Plenty of times. So look at that.
Yeah.
It's always amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing, dude.
I'm surprised that wasn't slipping.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that a sprocket or a belt?
Rear sprocket.
They never grease that chain. There's no way they ever took care of that chain.
It came on my R1 when I bought it, and I think they just slapped old. I don't even know how you get it to this point, but I think they slapped old parts on because even the subframe had a bolt kind of cockeyed. It looked like they might have had a stretcher put on it at one time, and they sold parts separately and just slapped the stockness of it back together. And because things were like the swing arm where it would go in, Like that had a weird bolt, like looked like a socket type bolt, and it was in. It was kind of crooked too, so it wasn't even the swing arm wasn't even like nobody could have rode that bike. I just rolled it up onto the trailer and took it home because it was a good buy. And he said it ran 4 years ago. Take it, mine, going home.
Yeah.
But you know,
That's crazy. That's a crazy
yeah.
communication piece.
Well, an R1 for like $2,100, I thought was a pretty damn good deal.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and
Yeah, but what did you have to spend on it to get it?
yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot.
You know.
But it was mine. Got to do
Yeah.
it. It made me patient, gave me a great relationship with the bike. I got to learn things about it and see things I'd never done and do front end fork seals and stuff that was kind of interesting. Got involved with and putting fairings on and waiting. And by the time you get that stuff already, you're ready to take that maiden voyage. You're like, whoa, wow, you know. And
Sterling says that he broke a belt once, but he was trying to tie a shoe.
Anything, yeah. That fly out the back too.
Oh, yeah,
That's the way it's designed. Just choom.
Oh,
Just
Memorial Day weekend, yeah.
Thanks, Sterling, man. That's great.
Is that a Vortex? Rob wants to know. Looks like a Vortex, he says. Vortex brand sprocket.
Where's Sterling at?
Yeah.
Is Sterling at home, or is he venturing across the country in the vast areas?
I think he's in.
I think it is.
We should have. Sterling needs to wear like a Where's Waldo hat in his episodes.
Vortex. It looks like a Vortex, Rob. It's right. You recalled it.
So where you at today, Sterling? Will? Everybody wants to know. Inquiring minds like to know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, what's that? That looks like an insect, freaking spider webbed.
Dude.
Wouldn't that be crazy if something just crawled out of that right now with legs?
Wow.
Like
What
an
is-
alien? I was wondering, well, it's been sitting back there, you know, on my fireplace for who knows how a year. I don't want to touch it no more.
You know, not having a phone and technology, not having a phone for the last couple of weeks, one of the things I realized is that how much we depend on that. Like, I never really needed a map before a phone, but now it's like, I don't have my phone. How do I get there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't live without mine.
Yeah.
I do. You know,
Just for GPS alone. That's right.
I do everything.
Oh yeah. And like I do I use my laptop a lot, but at work I use my phone for different things, scanning cars. Like you can scan the little QA codes, all that kind of stuff. And
yeah.
Frog's got a question. Salty.
when you take them off,
Yeah.
no, on yours, if you're not going to leave them off for a super long time, then I wouldn't really worry about it. You know, if you're going to set them for a super long time and they might dry out, yeah. But if you're just going to take them out, put them back in, you ain't got to soak them.
Unless they're new.
Yeah, if they're new, you have to soak them. But if they're
Yeah,
if you're taking them out of the bike and you're going to service it and you're going to put them back in, you don't have to soak them during that time period.
No, only if you put new ones in it.
Yep. Did you get the part for your bike finally, or did you ever get your bike fixed, Frog? God, that seems like forever ago. I hope it hasn't been broke this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know if he was down the whole time, was he? Frog?
No, I think he was riding like a month ago.
Yeah.
Now we wait for the answer.
Yeah, now we wait for the answer.
He probably just went out and fixed his clutch now, and he's not even talking on the phone on here anymore.
Yeah, because he's saying he needed a special tool to pull it. I know that. You know, to pull it off. Oh no, I hope.
Well, Nope, I have to work on it this weekend. Dang.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
rough.
but it's still drivable, right? Is that the deal? It's still rideable.
No, he can't ride it now. It's down. It's been down. This whole
Yeah.
time.
Down.
What?
Oh.
What bike is it?
Sportster. It's the newer.
Oh yeah.
It's the like I was trying to help him because I thought it was going to be easy.
Yeah.
He has the newer model with the rubber mount where they took the trap door out of the Sportster, so it's not easy. It's not a horrible fix. It's a time consuming fix, but you got to have special tools.
Yeah.
You got to do a lot more apart to do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
That generation of the Sportster 04 and newer, they're still a good solid motorcycle for a beginner bike or a good platform for a build. Yeah. But the simplicity, as with a lot of things, they over engineered some things that were good for a long time that didn't need a lot of help. So
Yeah, because he needs. I think is that what he needs? He needs a special tool to pull it.
yeah, I think he's got the stuff. He probably just hasn't done it at the time. I mean, that's one of the things I struggle with is time.
Yeah.
So I get like this weekend. I'm going this weekend, spend the weekend with my granddaughter and babysitter in the apartment. And it's on the phone conversation earlier. She's super excited, and she says, "Dita, are we gonna have a fire again?"
That's
and I'm like, "No, that's not in my plans. That's as
not
far away from my plans as I can think of.
It's not in the plans. No.
Don't play with fire. No."
Don't play with fire. Oy. Well, I'm glad you're getting settled.
Yeah, I mean, I've been settled. Like, it's crazy because I got everything better. Like, well, I didn't get everything better. I got
somewhat back to normalcy.
Somewhat back to normalcy. Like, that was like the first day I was actually babysitting on my own when that happened. Like, where I was actually able to physically drive to get food if we needed to. You know, I could actually watch her and feel completely safe and be able to be self-sufficient when that happened.
Yeah, that's good.
Quiet, Outlaw.
Huh?
No, wake up, boy. Wake up.
I'm here.
So what's new and exciting, Desert Outlaw? Anything?
Look at that grin on his face. Huh? You get married while we're gone?
No.
No marriage?
No marriages.
Ay vey, thank God for that.
Yeah, thank God. No, but I'll be moving down there probably Florida.
You're moving?
The 26th.
Where are you moving? Where are you going? What's going on? I know nothing about this.
I heard Florida.
Yeah, near New Smyrna Beach.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that would be nice.
Yeah.
Then I get to go ride with everybody.
Yeah.
When you moving there?
The 26th. Well, what is that? It's 22nd. Like 4 days.
4 days.
Wow.
We're at Florida.
Near Daytona.
New Smyrna Beach.
Yeah.
Oh man, you can go to Bike Week every year.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. I have to go make it to a
Everybody's gonna be at Desert Outlaws for the Billy Lane's races right there in New Smyrna.
Dang.
That's it, yeah.
Literally, it's literally in his backyard.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Sure
You
is.
moving? You gonna be living by yourself?
No, probably not. Not for the first year. Probably be me and my brother, maybe some other family.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
it goes.
They say get you about a 4-bedroom house. You can rent the rooms out through Bike Week, pay for the house rest of the week.
I know. I thought about that. If I ever get,
Man, people pay for their rent for 2-3 months off from 1 week at Bike Week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want to get down there and look at everything first and make
Yeah.
sure like I don't just jump into a bad area or something on
Yeah.
accident.
We buddies, ain't we, Outlaw?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you come right down, park your trailer.
For a
You
camper
can't
trip,
find the front lawn.
for a
Let me
camper. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I camp in your backyard.
Yeah, that's cool. Hell
For
yeah.
for the camper trailer, the campsite at Sturgis, what do you think it cost
Like
Probably $200 a night.
350
for a week?
night.
For a week, what do you think it is for a week?
$1,500.
$1,000.
$5,800.
$800.
$5,800
For a week?
Wow.
for a week.
I don't
That
think
inclu-
so.
now that includes the camper, like that's a rental camper that they
Oh,
set it there.
wow, but still,
Yeah, I mean,
It's a little steep.
holy crap.
Damn.
Yeah. like when I was doing it, I was like, this is gonna be like $3,000. I convinced myself, I got myself to that hump where it's gonna be $3,000.
I usually like to get kissed before I get
And
fucked.
it's
Yeah.
My wife
Fuck
ain't gonna go for this. Like I'm not. The wife's not gonna be okay with me clicking okay.
Well, Joe, Dirty Motor Vagabond, he done told me if I come up, I could hang with him over there at campsite 4 or something like that. Where where everybody stays out in the woods. Him and Scooter Tramp Scotty.
Yeah, my wife won't like. I have to like. My wife doesn't camp. Like,
Yeah.
camping
She'll-
for my wife is in the Hampton. Okay.
Glam? Is it glamping?
That's camping. The Hampton. She considers the Hampton camping. I can put a tent up in there and put a blanket down if I want to sleep on the floor. But so I had her convinced for a camper trailer, but she's not.
My wife considers roughing it the room with a black and white TV.
Yeah.
No free breakfast.
Outlaws going to be able to go to the campouts now.
Yeah, I can.
All right, Outlaw.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Like when we do
the
the smoke out rally, that's kind of what I plan on doing. Is the problem we have is like my wife's like, well, let's just buy a camper trailer. And like, one, we won't use it enough because she's not gonna like it. Like she might like it for a little bit, but she's not gonna like it for a long time. But the other problem is,
dude, I have
a 26-foot enclosed motorcycle trailer full of motorcycles. I can't pull 2 trailers. I haven't figured out how to do it yet.
Wow. Yeah. Is that $700 in Sturgis?
That's got to be outside of Sturgis, probably, I would think, or a rough area. Not rough, but I mean like no.
Yeah.
You're roughing it.
You're shitting in a bucket.
Yeah. In a bag.
Fighting off bears.
Bring baby wipes.
Yeah. Well, it's cheaper if you stay about 7,500 miles away from Sturgis. You can get a room at a regular rate.
Yeah. It's a good ride in too.
Yeah.
I just want to be like, I plan on taking my kids to it, and it's going to be their first year, and I want to be right down. Like I was going to stay like right on like at the Chip or somewhere like that, right in one of them.
I wonder what I wonder what he gets to rent those cabins at the Buffalo. Yeah.
I don't know. None of them were available when I checked. Like everything's like already sold out.
Oh yeah. They probably sold out the day after.
They probably get a bunch of people in on them. Everybody
probably
on them. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably booked years in advance.
Yep. I mean, that's the way we do it for our blessing. This is like the second year we haven't gone to it up here, but we would book it out 2 years in advance just so we could get our spot.
Yeah, I stayed in Daytona down to Cackleberry in a tent for a week one year. You don't sleep.
No.
You don't sleep.
A little bit. You don't sleep.
We have every state's got a Sturgis, but we have a Sturgis here in Michigan that has a motorcycle rally every year. We used to. They don't have it anymore because it got pretty wild. In fact, Easy Rider had nothing on anything from their motorcycle rally. But my uncle was camping in a tent and we were also camping in a tent. But somebody decided it was a good idea to do a burnout in the campground at the fire pit and use one of the blocks for the fire pit as a spot to burn their tire off. And it jumped over the fire pit, went through the tent he was sleeping in, and out the other side of his tent. He never woke up. And the next morning when he woke up, it was raining, and he couldn't figure out why there was no tent. Like, the tent was gone. And the only thing he was
What? Really?
I ripped right through the whole tent. I missed him, but ripped the tent right in the head. Like, if you can think of riding a motorcycle,
Take them back up there.
full throttle.
You should have no
I don't. He never woke up. He went right by him, and he just slept right through it.
Damn.
Good thing you didn't hit his head.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
That's sure.
I think I bought him 2 tents. Every time he thinks that, he charges me for a tent in some way or another, I think.
Yeah. I met a couple guys that come friends with him in Daytona. And said, man, y'all sleep at night. Yeah, we sleep good at night. I said, I can't sleep none. You ain't drinking enough beer. I said, well, I don't drink beer, so.
Yeah.
If I did, I'd probably sleep good too.
Yeah.
I'm not a big crowd person. It's kind of one of the reasons I don't go to the big rallies a lot, because I don't like crowds. I like a small group. Like I go to like huge motorcycle shows. I get my stuff set up.
Yeah.
Walk around and look at all the bikes, and I go back to the hotel or go hang out somewhere and then come back.
Yeah. Well, if you go to the rally, 97.5% of the people is at the bars.
Yep.
You know, and of course they got them set up everywhere.
Right. I get sick. I like watching people. I guess that's a very fun thing. I'm a people watcher.
I am too.
People do amazing things, especially on video.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny watching people.
Oh yeah.
I love watching them at bike weeks, especially the females.
I don't like to make fun of experience. I don't make fun of unexperienced people.
Yeah.
But I make fun of people unexperienced riders that do stupid things that experienced riders shouldn't do anyways.
Yeah.
So like I'm not a fan of all these stunts that everybody does. I'm not a big.
Yeah.
You won't see me trying it.
Hell no, dude. I don't have money like that.
I mean, I'll do a burnout or a wheelie on a stretched out chopper or something like that. Just a little burp, pop the tire, but you ain't going to see me riding it, scrape my hand on the road. I've fallen off motorcycles. It hurts. I don't want to do it anymore.
Oh, I know it does. It does, don't it?
And they're expensive to fix.
Yeah, and just think about the amount of money that these guys, when they're doing them tricks, how much stuff you tear up learning to do that.
Yeah.
And how I'm just not a fan. It's neat to I've watched it, but I mean, I'm just not going to stand around and watch it. That's right, Frog. We don't bounce back like we used to.
You got that right.
So it's a fact.
I fall down now. It's a half day chore to get up and feel right again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bolt out. Peace.
All right.
All right, Mona, thanks for coming in, man.
Good to seeing you again, Salty. Yeah. It's been a long day. Yeah. Go down.
I want to thank everybody in the chat.
See you in the morning.
It's already 9:30, ain't it?
Yeah.
Did you get done? Moto, did you get done with Sam, or you got to do another session?
Yeah, another one. Yeah, it was too much to do all at once for both of us, really. But should be okay.
Yeah.
She still loves me, so.
Hey, who's coming over to clean the shop?
Again?
You gonna have coffee in the morning?
I didn't plan on it. I've been doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Okay.
Is it turned out better now? Is it turned out better now that you took a little bit of a break?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the break, but I really missed what we were doing. Like our first day back was like freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I, mean,
Good.
I miss this too, but
Too much is
the break is good. The break is good. You need the
too
break.
much is too much. Yeah.
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 I think I told Sick that, and every day is too much.
Every day, way too much.
Not so much for us. We all enjoy it. It's too much for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting up in the morning to go get me some orange juice.
Like, I don't know if I'm going to be doing Sunday and
Later,
Mondays.
Frog. Later, Lolly.
Like, I may just do the mornings with Moto, and that's it.
Well, see that. Look, y'all. That's one reason I quit doing them because, John was doing his on Tuesdays, you doing yours on Thursdays, I'll do it on Fridays, and Moto do it on Saturdays. And people have, sometimes we 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. And we all support each other. So we were like kind of held after a while.
Yeah.
It was too
So I
much.
think people just, I mean, we got our normal people.
And then you run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always do, and
who's normal?
Yeah, really.
So who wants to sit?
I hope you're using that term loosely.
I'm just going to say, too, anybody else wants to do the coffee thing like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for a week and rotate a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm off. I'm not trying to hold any of that stuff hostage, man, what you got, because it's like, because you come on mine and, I want your channel to get some, whatever. And I know it ain't really all that about it, but if you're going to do this stuff, especially like,
that's true. I mean,
a couple hours,
good idea.
and stuff for it. And it makes it worthy, and we'll be there supporting you as well. So
It'll be a beautiful, it'll be a beautiful day tomorrow. So I'm thinking about riding down to Florida Welcome Center and get me some orange juice.
There you go. Come on
Good
down,
idea.
Mr. Gregory.
Sounds like a good cruise.
Well, if I didn't have to be here Saturday, I would. Or I couldn't. I don't know. The weather, you can't never depend on the weather.
That's another long hump too, isn't it?
And I just don't want to be a burden since, I mean, she's there with you. And
no worries.
How far is North Carolina from you, Gregory? Ray?
Huh?
How far is North Carolina from you?
North Carolina? 2.5 hours to Murphy.
That ain't bad.
Lolly.
Yeah, we're that the rally that smokeout rally that's in I said it earlier. I can't think of what.
We'll work it out.
Smokeout rally.
Salisbury, North Carolina.
Salisbury.
Yeah, yep. It's at the fairgrounds. It's a good
Salisbury, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh,
they say it's a good little chopper kind of good thing. Thanks, Evil. Good to see you again too, man. I missed everybody. I missed everybody in the community.
Yeah, same here, man. Missed you.
Yeah.
Not everybody, because
I don't know when I'll jump back in and do a shop, but I got to get this place clean before I do one.
Yeah, that's about 4.5 hours, 266 miles.
That's a ride over there. Check that out, maybe. It's in September, so.
Yeah, I want to go to the Thunder and the Smokies.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
What was Carney asking?
He's
down to going in with us on the
come on, and I would definitely like next Tuesday if you want or whatever you want to just holler up at me. We'll send a link, and then if I can get like an email or something that way, because I send them out to 5, 6, 8 people. Usually only 1 or 2 or 3 out of those show up. But if you want, definitely would love to have you, man.
Absolutely.
Everybody's welcome, man. That's just what it is. So.
Thank you, Angel Face.
And thanks for asking to do it. It'd be an honor. So.
Sounds good, Barney.
Yeah, you could Barney.
All right, I'm gonna hit buttons that make things go away.
All right,
Barney, stay in touch,
everybody. All right, everybody. Have a good evening.
Have a
good
evening.
See you, Outlaw.
Good to see you. Great seeing you, Salty. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys, for letting me on.
Anytime, you know that.
Salty. Love you, bro.
Thanks, everybody.